So I shot a video for this guitar a little while back, and I I don't think I gave the guitar enough time or credit, and I wanted to actually have it a little bit louder in the mix. So just kind of reshooting the video a little bit. Not going to cover a lot of the same things, but one of the questions I was asked is like the neck size. And I definitely think that this neck is probably a C shape, but it's a pretty, I'd say it's pretty thin. It's not, I don't know all the other shapes, but it doesn't feel like a baseball bat, which is nice. And it's really easy to play. These aren't, I don't think that these are jumbo frets. Typically, I don't think you see jumbo frets on this style of guitar, but the frets they're those shiny ones that they all talk about, and the ball ends, and there's no fret ends that will get you all cut up or anything like that. I've had the guitar for over a month now, and this thing is one of my joys to play. It sounds, I'm going to turn down my volume on here. It sounds good to my ears. It sounds good on playthroughs. It is quiet in the recording. I did buy another guitar a while back, and I'll do a video on that. And it is noisy, and it has some kind of popping in it when you play through it, and it comes through in the recordings. And so it's pretty much unusable until I get whatever electrical problem it has fixed. But this one doesn't have any of those problems so far. And this is probably, being this is a Firefly, it's probably one of my favorites so far. And like I said, I did shoot another video for this that you can watch if you wanted to. This does have the Grover type tuners. Let's see if I can get that on there for you. Yeah. And it did come with the Ernie ball. I don't know if you can see that in there. It did come with no, you can't because they're wrapped around and through. They're the Ernie ball ones because you can see the string colors. The unique thing on this, and I've never had a guitar with this style of trem before. It's based on the Bixby, and it's weird because the strings actually go around a little shaft in here, and it sits on the ball end of the string, which has a hole in it, sits on a shaft, and then it comes up over the top and through here. And I haven't really went crazy on the actual trem, but it does stay in tune the little I have used it, and it's fun. So I really enjoy it. It's something that I wanted for a while, and when I saw this guitar come up for sale on Firefly, guitargardens.com. The first time I saw it, I had already bought a guitar. And so I kind of was like, no, I'm going to hold off. And then once it was gone, I was like, oh, I should have got it. And I did. And this was $249. I think that was $249 shipped. I think it was $229 or something like that, or $219. And this also has the I'm trying to remember what they call that knob. It's been a few weeks since I think it's the Variac, I think is what they call that knob. And that knob goes from 1 to 5, and it's not a well, just to finish what I was saying is when I did finally see this pop back up, I did buy it. and they were a couple different reasons. This is, based on the Gibson. I think it's the 335, and there was a movie, Back to the Future, where Michael J. Fox played a similar color and similar, obviously, style. It had a black pick guard, and it has two poles sitting up here because whoever had that guitar, wherever they found it from, the person had replaced, I don't want to say replaced, they had taken off the stop tail bar bridge, and they put on a Bigsby. So anyway, once I had seen that guitar come out, I knew I wasn't going to pay I think it was like $20,000 for the Gibson version, and I think it was over $1,000 for the Epiphone version, and they both sold out, as far as I know. So I wasn't even thinking about getting any of those, but I do like the hollow bodies, and I had one previously, and I just didn't like the gold color. But for some reason on this one with the I don't know if you can see it. It looks like it's got a little bit more wood grain texture to it, either in the paint or whatever you call the top part, the cap. It goes better with the gold. I would prefer changing out the gold, but that's never going to happen because it's going to be too expensive. But anyway, so I did do a review on this before, but going back to that Variac knob, it has 5 settings, and to me, I hadn't seen a lot of people talk about those knobs before, and it seems like what it does is it just it keeps the same volume, but it kind of weakens the pickup a little bit. So like when you're playing, a pretty gainy kind of sound, the lower you turn it, a little bit lower gain that you get. It seems like it weakens the pickups. And people have talked about this kind of before. It kind of with Eddie Van Halen and him using the Variac control thing that he had, it kind of gives it a spongy kind of vibe is what they talk about. And if you listen to like Eddie Van Halen's setup without the Variac and with the Variac, you can hear these slight differences. And I'm not sure if this knob thing is anything remotely like that. But it does tend to kind of keep the same volume, but kind of weaken the pickup sound, if that makes any sense. So we'll do here's just playing A chord. I normally do D standard guitar, but this is actually tuned in E. So there's, and we're going to turn it to 4. Turn it to 3. Turn it to 2. Turn it to 1. Go all the way back up to 5. Make sure I'm on 5. That's as far as it'll go. I'm gonna go all the way to 1. And right now, it seemed to work a little bit more when I first got it, but I'm not really hearing that much difference. subtle. It's subtle. I think maybe with a little less gain on the amp that I was using, maybe you would hear it a little bit more. But honestly, it's not. It's something that I think it's not really needed. I think if you want to roll your volume off, your master volume on your guitar, if you want to roll that down a little bit, you kind of get the same vibe. So it's kind of neat to have it on the guitar, but is it necessary? No. But it's kind of different or unique or whatever. It's kind of weird because I could hear it a little bit better before. And let's go with full. We're going to go center position on the guitar. Go all the way to 5. Honestly, not hearing a lot, but those of you with sensitive ears can probably hear it better than I can. So anyway, that is this guitar in a nutshell. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of playing. Middle. Let's try the Variac with the kind of lead tone. Here's in the neck position. Back all the way up again. I don't hear that much difference. But anyway, there you go. Got to hear it, got to see it, and I definitely recommend it. It's definitely for the price. It's way worth the money. I'm not getting paid to say that. I don't typically like to promote brands that I don't like, and I don't obviously get paid to do this because this is just something fun for me. But I do like to save people money, and this is definitely a huge save because you can pay for a Gretsch that's similar, and I think you'd be pulling $500, $600, $700 for something that's similar. You could pay for an Epiphone, and I would think it would be probably $500 to $600 for similar. Maybe even $700. Epiphone's getting kind of expensive. And obviously, there are a few other brands out there that are, I think Ibanez makes like a thing called the Art Core, which is a hollow body kind of thing, semi-hollow body. But when you're looking at budget brands and you're looking at saving some money, this is definitely something that I think you can't beat it. And if you're not, satisfied with the pickups and you want to mod it, they are way cheaper to mod. It's way cheaper to mod something like this than it would be to pay for an Epiphone, or a Gretsch for $600 or $700. get it and realize you don't like the pickups in it, and then have to mod it out, and then you're out, another couple $100. So, save yourself some money, look around. There are few brands out there that I haven't had, too many problems with. The last Firefly I had did have a little bit of neck bow, but I have a friend who is really good with truss rod adjustments, and he was able to fix that issue pretty quickly, so that wasn't a big deal. But I feel like Firefly has, instead of going out to eBay and buying something off of a Japanese website or whatever, it seems like Firefly is a little bit more reputable. I haven't really had to deal with customer service, so I haven't had really any problems there, obviously, because I haven't dealt with them. But I feel like I would rather order something from Firefly and before I would order something from, say, a Temu or just a Chinese website or a Chinese company that I found on eBay. I've had some good successes with eBay. When you go out there, definitely make sure that the company that you're dealing with has like 100% approval, or at least like a 99.9% approval before you go spending your money. So anyway, sorry for such a long video, but that is the Firefly Gibson-esque kind of E335, I think, in a nutshell. All right, take care. God bless.